At 6'6". At 6'6", at a whopping 6'6" tall. No, that doesn't sound right. La 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 la. At 6'6", trying to find a vehicle that fits. Hey, that rhymes. 6'6", trying to find a vehicle that fits. Is the Model 3 a home run? Or is it just smoke and mirrors? To gain access into the Model 3, you actually have multiple choices. You've got the key card, which I have here. Using your phone is probably the best option. All you gotta do is leave your phone in your pocket. As you come to the vehicle, it unlocks. As you leave the vehicle, it locks. And you also have a key fob. All you gotta do is just give a wave and the vehicle locks. Now there's no entry. Can't get in. Give it a wave again. Boop. Door handle's kind of weird. I've seen people use two hands and do this kind of number, but it's up to you. I do apologize for the wind noise today. It is super windy. It is a very nice and comfortable step in when you get inside the vehicle. And, oh my goodness. Ugh. This is a very comfortable place to be. Elon Musk, he's tall, so this thing is definitely fit for taller drivers, but that doesn't mean that you can't fit if you're under 6 feet. This has power seats. And yes, the car has memory, so anything you change, you can just save the settings underneath the profile, and boom. The next time you or somebody else gets in the car, you've got actually a pretty long list in this car. There's at least 4 different profiles in this car already. So I know a lot of cars are limited to like 1 or 2 or 3, maybe 4, but this one already exceeds that, so that's a nice touch. So this is how I drive every day, so people behind me can have more legroom. That's a lie. No, of course not. My driving position in pretty much every car that I've ever driven in, ever, has always been all the way back and all the way down. Just like in the Model Y that I previously had on the show. If you haven't yet checked that out, check it out. The dead pedal is pretty much the same. It's all the way to the full length of my shoe, which is a 15 or 16 US, depending on the brand. So that is a very nice, comfortable spot to put your foot in. To move the steering wheel, you do have to go into the menu here. Go here. That brings up the menu. From here, it's already on controls. So what you want to do is you want to touch the steering. From here, you can see you can use this wheel here to control the up, down, in, and out. So in, up, and out. All right, there you go. And then, as always, you can save that to your profile. Bada bing, and it is now saved. Driving this every day, it probably becomes second nature, but if it's your first time in the vehicle and you're not really used to these, it'll take some time to get used to. But overall, I think this is a brilliant platform. So of course, naturally, the steering wheel position for me is all the way up, all the way out, and I have plenty of room. The steering wheel does kind of have a small cutout. It's not a huge cutout like you've seen in some other vehicles, but it's more than enough, and it wouldn't matter anyway. My legs are just dangling here. Gotta love that. To put the vehicle in drive, you just simply put your foot on the brake, and this is your park, reverse, neutral, drive, all that. Over here is your turn signal and your windshield wipers and high beams. That's it. Everything else is automatic. You have 8-way power seats and 4-way power lumbar, which I love. It allows you to actually raise the lumbar support up and down before you can go in and out. The headrests don't appear to move, which sucks, but kind of come up a little bit. They just hit the back, the lower back of my head, so it's 50-50 how I feel about it. Let's check out the infotainment center here. Like I said before, this thing can get a little bit quirky. Even things is just as simple as opening up the glove box here. There's a button. So I think that may be a little bit too far, but I'm not gonna knock it. It's just, if you choose to keep the adapter in here, that's exactly where I would put it. This adapter allows me to use any public charger that has the J1772 connector. So every time you have to open the glove box, there you go. You gotta hit that button. It does not auto close either. That would be cool, but no, it's just an opening mechanism, and then you push it again, it just doesn't do anything. Let's talk about this camera system here. Let's re-engage that. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know why that's not coming on right now. But anyway, oh, there it is. There it is. Let's talk about this mode right here, Sentry Mode. When you lock the car at night, this card takes a memory card and you can record what's going on in and around your vehicle via all these cameras, including this one up here. There's a camera there. There's a camera that faces outside the vehicle, pointing straight ahead, of course. And then you've got the rear-facing camera, the blind spot camera. With all that combined, that's what makes Sentry Mode. Essentially what that means is basically you've got this watchful eye going on with your car, and you can review that footage for another time and save it somewhere in the cloud or on your computer or whatever. And the same thing goes for when you're just using this period as you're driving. Just simple driving, it's always recording. So, you know, if you ever get into an accident, you'll have a recording of that accident, not just hearsay. There are no other screens in the car. This is it. This is technically the heart of the car. You can change how the acceleration is, you can change its aggressiveness, you can change your steering input, you know, if you want comfort, standard, sport mode, regenerative braking. On standard, which is funny that it's called standard, I think it should be called aggressive. On standard, it's basically one pedal driving at this point. And of course, creep mode, when you come to a complete stop, you take your foot off the brake, it'll like start to roll forward. That's creep mode. This car can simulate that, but that uses more energy. It's not a huge difference, but it can make a huge difference over time. So I tend to stay in hold mode. Roll mode is basically, it just rolls. Like, it's basically like being in neutral when you come to a complete stop. That could be forward or backwards. So hold mode is where it's at. Standard / aggressive regenerative braking, you only need to use the gas pedal. The accelerator pedal. It's hard not to say gas pedal. The accelerator pedal. Charging stuff, I'm charging now. I'm at a public charging station. It's just a standard level 2 charging station. I'm only getting about 31 miles per hour of charge. So to charge from to full, I already have 174 miles. The charge is limited to 228 miles, which is whatever percentage this is. Tesla says for longevity, don't charge for short trips to 100%. It's limited to, I think, 80%. I think that's what that is. I'm not exactly sure. That's already preset. I didn't do anything with that. 31 miles per hour of charge from this public charger. It's free, so I'm not going to complain about that. And I don't want to skip ahead too far here, but it's got entertainment. It's got theater. It's even got a couple of arcade games you can get down on. The toy box. Toy box is like doodling and coloring and things like that. And then of course, good old-fashioned interwebs. So let's say you plug in a place you want to go to. Let's choose Las Vegas from here. You can even tell it. Las Vegas, Nevada. Alright. Sure, the Temple View Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada. Why not? Here's what's interesting. It already tells you what stops to make. And it tells you what percentage, roughly, what you're going to have when you get there. So if we leave here, we will have to stop. No. So if we leave from here right now, we will have to stop in Wickenburg, Arizona. We will have about 19% charge at that point. And will you stop doing that? Cheese and rice. If we leave from this spot right now, we will have to stop in Wickenburg, Arizona, which will be at 12:29 a.m. Yeah, it's late at night. Looking like a creeper. 20 minutes at that supercharger in Wickenburg, Arizona, which will be our first stop, will be at 19%. 20 minutes at that supercharger will get us enough juice to where we can get to Kingman, Arizona. Get to another supercharger, we'll be at 15% there. We'll drop in another 20 minutes, and then after that, we won't have to make another stop until we reach our destination in Las Vegas, Nevada, arriving there with 20% battery charge at 4:40 a.m. Jeez, and right. I mean, there you have it. The car will tell you where and when to stop. Now, let's go check out the back seat. Again, this is already in my driving position, so let's see how we fit in the back. To get out of the car, you just push this button. The doors are frameless, so the window does have to drop down when you open the door handle. If you're ever worried about that mechanism failing, there is a manual door handle. I don't know if you can see this. Right here, you just pull up on this, and that's how you can manually open all the doors. Same deal about getting in. You just grab the door handle, give it a little tug. The back door opens up pretty wide. I'm impressed with that. All right, getting in. Ooh. Ooh. Well, feet can't fit underneath the seat in my driving position. This is hard plastic. It's like a surround here. This is soft. This is soft, relatively soft. That pocket. My feet would have to go into the realm of the middle passenger, so if you have 3 wide, ooh, a little iffy. But there's plenty of room for that there, but then my other foot is kind of, well, that is severely uncomfortable. I am shocked. No pun intended, being an electric car and all. Unless you put both feet like this, and that just looks ridiculous. Oh, that's too bad. That's a little disappointing that, you know, both feet would have to go like under here. The good news is, that sucks. That is so disappointing. The good news is rear vents. Rear vents. I love my rear vents in every vehicle. I don't care if it's a 2-seater. Okay, maybe not that much. As you can see underneath the center stack here for the rear where the vents are. The vents. There are 2 USB-A plugs right here. Just plug whatever you need to in there. And there is a huge space under here. So if anything, the middle passenger would actually be the most comfortable passenger in this whole car. Well, in the back seat. Obviously the front driver and front passenger, those are the most comfortable seats. But yeah, this, that's too bad. Like I said before, matte pockets here. And matte pockets here. I mean, it's got everything else you need. Power windows. Everything is power up and power down one touch, which is brilliant. Let's test out how it does if you put your hand in it. All right, good to know. Can't pinch yourself unless you hold it down manually, and then that's your fault, silly head. Almost forgot to mention, it does have an armrest with 2 cup holders. This greenhouse that this car has, massive. Tinted windows, of course, up here. There is the sun with it, and there's the sun without that. So, huge difference. It is not hot in here at all. This is a very comfortable cabin, despite the big greenhouse. I mean, this is 98% window here. Very beautifully done. Yeah, unfortunately, it does suck that the seats, that's a toughie because I like this car because it is affordable. Oh yeah, yeah, that. So as long as you don't have, you know, a gang of plus footers, you should be okay, but that is too bad. The seats do fold. The manual fold, of course, with the seat all the way back. As it always is, the seat won't go back down, but here, let me move that.
Everything you know is in your mind.
So both seats do fold flat. that passenger seat is also all the way back in its tracks, reclined just a little bit. Now, unlike the Model S, this is actually a sedan, so this does have a trunk. A legit trunk. It's got some storage in here. It's got a little cubby hole that's big enough for your level 1 charger. There's even an adapter in here. That's awesome. I mean, I can fit in, I think. Let's see. Let me try to fit in here. Okay. So yeah, I fit in here just fine. Let's see if my long arms can close this down. I'm being kidnapped. Help. Yeah, I think I'll take a nap in here. Good night. As far as trunks go, that's actually very practical. What you will not find in here is a spare tire, unfortunately, but that's okay. Now for the best part of any EV that chooses to have this feature. The front trunk, or the frunk. Under here is where you'll find the washer fluid. And that's it. That's literally like basically all the main maintenance that you need for this vehicle. Can we fit in here? No, we can't. We can't fit in there. But there is a button here that will allow you to get out. There are hooks. You can hang things like your grocery bags that you don't want sloshing around. It's got the hooks here for your grocery bags that do close back flat. Washer fluid. That's a nice touch. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not disappointed. There were a lot of things with this car I do like. For example, sun visor slides back. Believe it or not, not every vehicle does that. It does have a vanity mirror. As you fold down the flaps, the light automatically comes on. It's a pretty neat little touch. I guess I had higher hopes because when I learned that the Model Y and the Model 3 share so much together, I was hoping that the interior space, the interior volume, was a little bit closer to the Model Y. That's obviously not the case. I even had to go back to my own video and look at it. Like, I don't remember not being able to fit in the back of the Model Y. And sure enough, no, it's not the case. With the seat all the way back in the Model Y, there is enough room for your feet and legs as a tall person in the back seat. The back seat even, reclines a little bit. So I get it now. That's why there is a difference. With all that in mind, I mean, you still got a great charging network and everything, but unless it's just two people, two tall people, or a tall driver, this car is, I'd say it's a miss. Unfortunately, overall, it's a miss. It is affordable for a Tesla. Yes, at the time of this filming, there are still $35,000 Teslas Model 3s that you can buy. You have to ask for them specifically. But the point is, they do exist. With all that aside, though, I mean, it's a great car. It's fun to drive. It's very quick. It is severely quick. No faster than you can think it, the car can do it. Driving in heavy traffic is just such a breeze. It's actually a pleasure. You want there to be traffic because you know you can evade it. The charging network being so available, super fast. Believe it or not, Tesla is actually not the fastest supercharging network. Fun fact, there are other cars that charge even faster than Tesla supercharger, even the fastest supercharger there is. There are other manufacturers that are making headway. So, I mean, little by little, other manufacturers are catching up. Mainstream manufacturers, so their costs are going to be a little bit lower, at least for the vehicle itself.
So at the end of the day, buy the car that you need. But if it were my money and I was stuck on a Tesla, it would be the Model Y. That is like the perfect balance, in my honest opinion, between all the things that you need and want in a vehicle. It's not a super huge vehicle, but it feels super huge on the inside, a breeze to drive. So that's just my 2 cents about all of that. At the end of the day, just get the vehicle you drive, test drive it, test fit it for yourself, see what you think. Well, folks, that's our show today. We do actually have some bonus footage that I'm going to play for you right now, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. We still got more episodes to come. Here's that bonus footage for you. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Talk about creepy. I'm sitting here at the charging station and it says there's somebody standing there. But there is, in fact, nobody standing there. I don't know if you can see that. At least I hope there's nobody standing there. Creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Yeah, there's nobody standing right here. Just a charging station and a tree.